All right. All right, man. What's up? Let's Talk Games Podcast, episode 22. I am one of your hosts, Best by Kid Smooth, and my co-host, no other than the notorious DRE. And you know, I gotta do something.
What's up, man?
Bro. Hold on. I just realized. Shit. Come on. Let me go to your channel. Did you link your channel on your Twitter yet? Oh, yes, you did.
Yes, I did. Yes, I did.
Now let me make sure this shit. Subscribe to Notorious DRE. Finally got the channel is live.
Yeah,
the first two videos up. Like,
yes, sir. I'm in there, dog.
You in there,
telling
bro.
you.
You in there.
Sir.
Putting them. I'm gonna make sure you're at the top of the description. Subscribe.
I definitely appreciate all the support your boy was getting, man. That first video took me back, nigga. I'm gonna shed a tear. Hold up, that took me back, man. Because you dig. I wasn't expecting all that. Even the second video, man. So definitely appreciate all the support, man. New video coming out tomorrow. I'm gonna try to get it out tonight. If I can't, it's definitely coming out tomorrow. Ratchet and Clank discussion. Just my thoughts on Ratchet and Clank: A Rift Apart, man. So that's coming out very soon.
Yeah, that's what's up. No, but like, so the first video out, we can spend some time on it. We got some shit to talk today, but this is big. First video out. You put it out there. A lot of people. The only thing I'm disappointed about is that I wasn't the first one to tweet it out, because, like I said, it hit me by surprise. I was like, "Oh shit!"
Yes,
but the fact that I saw it via like a retweet, and so the support got kind of crazy.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, man. Like I said, man, I'm crazy support. Shit, just in the past week. Grew like 76 subs, man. Like I said, man, I can't thank y'all enough, man. Y'all really showed out. I'm still nervous though, man. Believe it or not. When I do these videos and shit, man, I get nervous and shit, and just on the strength of hoping people gravitate to it and enjoy it. Yeah, appreciate the support, man. I can't thank y'all enough, man. For real.
Subscribe to Notorious DRE. I love the artwork. I love the banner.
Thank you.
Whoever did your work did a good job, actually.
Good job. So there is a website called, I don't know if it's called Fervor or called Fiverr. Mm-hmm. It's spelled Fiverr, right? Mm-hmm. And it's a website for pretty much anything. Like if you need an intro, an outro, if you need a banner, a logo, it's basically freelancers, right? It's freelancers that's on this one website, and you can go through all the freelancers and choose whoever you want to pick. And the person I chose really dope, really great price, right? $30 for the avatar and banner, and then the person who did my intro only charged me $20.
Yeah, that's why I need a new intro. Matter of fact, hit me in the link. Hit me with whoever did your intro. Was that from the same site or no?
Yes, same site. Yeah.
Right.
Yep.
Cool. Yeah.
So you can look up. So what I looked up was like YouTube intros, right? And you got all the freelancers who does YouTube intros. Same thing for avatar and logo. All the freelancers. So yeah, and they, like I said, they are reasonably cheap, man. Like reasonably priced. Because I say that because, and I'm not trying to knock nobody's hustle, right? Please excuse me.
Yeah, I know you were hit with those.
Yeah, but if you go on Twitter and you type in, I need a graphics designer, they come flooding, right? Yep. But then when they get to them price, they talking about $250. Oh, hold up, player. I got $250, but I don't want to pay $250.
Not for no damn YouTube banner. Fuck
right. And matter of fact, shout out to old man Logan, dog, because he's the one who put me up on game on this. Because that's if you watch his videos, his intro is from the same spot. That dude is great, man. I really like that dude, man. He anytime I hit him up, man. Yeah, anytime I hit him up, he's always responding. So shout out to old man Logan. He's the one who got me connected with that website. So yeah, I'll put the website in the chat.
Yeah, make sure you hit me in the DM with that too, because I gotta
yeah, for sure. if anybody wants to get their, do their things for the low, and they're really good too. Like they are really talented artists and people who do intros and outros. So yeah, man, very blessed to be to come into that situation for real.
So what you been playing this week?
Mass Effect 2. Playing Mass Effect 2. I really I understand the love and tender care that people have for Mass Effect. That game is awesome. But here's the thing though, right, with Mass Effect. It doesn't I'm in kind of a dilemma with Mass Effect 2, right? Because while the story is great and the story is amazing, like just the whole totality of the atmosphere and the characters, besides Jacob, is great, right? But when you get down to like the gameplay and things of that nature, it's just alright. It's just alright, right? And so I posted a question on Twitter, basically saying, can a story make a game great if the other pieces of the game isn't up to snuff? And I'm not saying Mass Effect 2 gameplay is bad. It's just passable to me, in my opinion. There's nothing it doesn't do shooting the best, right? It doesn't do the cover system the best. But so it's really that story, right, that makes me fall in love with this game, because that and it's not like this story is like so witty and out there and whatnot. It's just like you feel like you're on this grand adventure, like the whole totality of the atmospheric in the place that you're at. You feel like you're on this grand adventure, that you got to stop the Reapers, and that your choices matter. That's one thing I love about RPGs when they do this, that when you make a huge decision, it carries over. Like it actually plays out in whichever way you made that decision, right? That's one thing that I love. One thing that I love when RPGs do that, like The Witcher 3 did that. So yeah, man, it's just that story, man. That story is so like grand, right? It's just like you're building your team and you're going to fight the Reapers, man. But you gotta make sure you're prepared. And like I said, the story is awesome. But it's just the gameplay that kind of taken back by a little bit. Granted, I'm not comparing it to Mass Effect 1, right? And that's the thing. Some people were saying that you really are you trying to compare this to Mass Effect 1? But I'm not, though, because I give Mass Effect 1 a pass because it's the first game in the series, right? So the first game is typically the worst game, right? In most instances. But so I'm just comparing it individually, right? And the gameplay is just not. It's alright, man. Like it doesn't do. It's cool, like it's passable, but that story is carrying this game, like real shit. This story is carrying this game, so that's why I asked the question: can a story make a game great where it lacks in the other departments? So some people say yes, some people.
I mean, obviously, is it a 90 Metacritic,
or something like that? Something like that.
So yeah. Obviously, the story must have been a big part, and you get that debate because like you're not like. No wrong for comparing it, because that's all everybody does is compare the first one and the second one. I think the first one always I guess what the strong thing about the first game is that people are in love with the story, but the second one people are in love with the gameplay.
Right. So yeah, man, that's what I've been playing. Mass Effect 2. Love it. I'm hooked. Yeah. So what about you?
I've been playing, man. I've been hopping around. I still haven't finished Ratchet and Clank, believe it or not.
Oh God, dude! It takes 5 hours to beat the game.
I know.
Dude.
It's just that because I haven't played my PlayStation since we last talked. I think I played a little bit that day, but I've been playing. Now I don't know. I should be able to finish it this month after Scarlet Nexus, but I'm playing Scarlet Nexus. And
how is that?
Scarlet Nexus.
I want to pick that up.
All right, so Scarlet Nexus is a good game. Right, I'm not the anime type fella. You know that. Like it's not my thing. So the things that like the story it's long, deep, but I guess I'm not sure if I'm the biggest fan of the story. But it's just it becomes like a little bit like this, the way that the story is told and stuff. It's not like fully played out. They'll give you like, you know, those classics, still shots, back and forth dialogue, right? And then you'll get, you know, maybe a budgeted amount of some motion capture dialogue, but most of it is more like still image conversation. So most of the time I just want to skip the shit, but then you can't because there's situations where you gotta like do like relationship bonds with your cast members so you can upgrade them. So it's, as far as the game, right? It starts off slow. And when I say it starts off slow, the combat starts off slow because the game will eventually opens up to this great combat system. But the thing is that I felt like what they did was, it was like, you know what? In order to add some, I feel like, so pretty much they got the skill. You know how every game has a skill tree, right? Mm-hmm. And their skill tree, close the door, please. This game's skill tree is to open up the combat. So when you start the game, it's the most basic as can be. And as you get through the game, it takes some time. It takes time to unlock all those the combat skills. So it's like you don't really appreciate the game's combat system until, you know, midway to the point, until it opens up. So if you can get past that part, because that's the thing, some people will get turned away, can get and will get turned away before the game opens up to them and becomes that, oh, all right, this is that shit. So that's the thing, that's the concerning thing about it. Overall, I got a feeling now. I'm pretty sure. I don't know if this is one of these type of games you have to beat twice because there's two characters or it's told from two perspectives. Yeah. So I started off with the male, which is Yuhito, and I think there's about maybe 11 or 12 phases. I'm towards the end because the whole game plays out a certain way, and now I can feel that. All right, I'm definitely towards the end, and I'm stuck on pretty much a chase scene. And I'm like, why? I'm like, I've been through so different combat scenarios, different things I had to figure out. You telling me I can't get past a chase scene?
What's the issue with it?
All right, so they pan the camera out, and this monster that you're running from, he take up like half the map. So what they gotta do is they gotta pan the camera away, and it becomes literally like I don't want to say like a top down or like a dungeon crawler, not dungeon crawler, but you know those fucking like a
Diablo type.
No. What's the game we used to play on Temple Run? You know how you just it becomes like a game like that at this level. But the problem is that they're throwing all these obstacles and stuff at you, and you got to just make the jumps. But now I keep dying at the same part, and the thing is I've been doing a good job at this game, but now I'm now not appreciating the game over, because the game over game is you die, right? And then after you die, it says, you know, retry or go to the main menu. You retry, you go back to the start of that scenario, like the start of like the cutscene before or whatever. And there's a couple breaks. So after the games that we've been playing on, you know, PlayStation 5 and Xbox, you know how we'll have to worry about load times or cutscenes. It kind of gets old school, where it's like, all right, I got this stupid ass cutscene, let me skip through that. Then it goes up with this quick load screen. Then I got to run to this point so I can activate another cutscene before I get to that point. So what it does is it's I'm so frustrated at the point. It's like I don't want to die because I have to go through a couple steps. That really to get back there, and it's just, and I just quit. So right now, like I said, I'm loving the game, but I do not like where I'm at. And if anybody can figure out if you're, I think it's at towards the end of phase 10 or phase 11, whatever it is, where you're running from this big ass dragon. Show me what I need to do. I'm using different specials to try to be faster and whatnot, but I don't know. I'm just confused, and I just want to. Once I get past that part, I'll be happy. And I do want to get this because I put a whole lot of hours into this game, and I want to finish it. And this would be like the first type of game like that that I beat in recent memory. I don't play games like that generally, so that's why it means something to me to finish this damn game.
No doubt, absolutely. You gonna play it? You gonna play both characters?
I am. I did the demo, and I did the like. So, for example, when I was playing the demo, I wasn't really paying attention to what the hell was going on. You know, I just did it, and I was like, you know what? I like the way the girl plays, but since I started with the guy first, let me do his character. You got to play. I feel like you have to play it because there's some perspectives in there that you have to get, and I think that you can only get by playing both sides out. I don't think it matters in what order you does, but they start talking about stuff being in the past and the future that, you know, so I'm pretty sure during my playthrough now, the person I've been playing with this whole entire time, is he going to be like a villain in my second playthrough? Because I've run into the chick a ton of times and be about damn near ready to kill her. So that's why I'm curious of like, how is it going to, so I'm going to play, I got to play it through her. And I think, what's her name? I think her name is Kasani. I think her skill set, and maybe not at the beginning of the game, but I'm pretty sure once you unlock all her attributes, her skill set will be better than you hit to. I had a better time playing as her in the demo, so I know for sure I'm going to have a better time in the main game. Okay,
cool. Yeah, I'm definitely want to check that out. I need a break from Mass Effect after 2, so I think that's the next game that I'm gonna try out.
Yeah. Mass Effect, I'm gonna finish. I started Mass Effect 1 like back when it came out, but I put it down because the hell did I start playing at that time? But wait, Mass Effect came out the end of May, right? I think it came out May 25th.
Sorry, the original, the 360.
No, the collection, the
something like that. Yeah, something like that. I'm not sure. I didn't get it day one, so I don't know the exact date.
I'm gonna return to it because I did start playing. Nothing was wrong with it when I was playing. You know, I started with Mass Effect 1. Nothing was quite wrong with it. I don't even know why I dropped it. I think I just like I wanted to see what it was.
Yeah, Mass Effect 1 is kind of rough. You dig? It like you will definitely appreciate Mass Effect 2 once you complete Mass Effect 1 because it's kind of rough. I granted it is a 2007 game. I understand that, but it's rough. It's rough, but it's good though. It's good. It's good.
So PlayStation acquired a couple studios since our last podcast, right?
Yeah, man. Yeah, they've been doing the obvious, you know. Well, except for one, but Housemarque, I think we all kind of knew that you know, they were going to get acquired. It was just a matter of what day. You dig?
Yeah. Is it bad that I didn't know Housemarque wasn't a first party studio until Sony announced that they bought them?
Oh, shit, that's what I'm saying. Everybody already associated them with PlayStation, so yeah, it was just a no-brainer. I actually made a video on that. And basically I was just saying, you know, I just want them to how can I put this? Make something different. You know, they're definitely talented at what they do. They make those difficult shooters, and you know, they're definitely good at that. But I think they should try to focus. They should try to make a game that appeals to a wider audience. Just so we can see that they can do something else besides what they do, you know. So like I said in my video, I think if they, you know, they stick to what they know with your shooters, right? So I said do a first person shooter, you know, do a first person shooter that's just straightforward, just so we can know that, okay, y'all can make a game outside of the normal, kind of like that's more dry. I was gonna say kind of like a Guerrilla Games, but that's what they went way left, and it was a hit. But you know, just do something new. You know, do something new that that can expand to a broader audience, and you know, just go from there. Now they got the backing of Sony, of PlayStation, and all the talented devs at PlayStation. Man, time to broaden your horizon.
So Returnal. So they got the, you know, Returnal. I mean, as people say, it's a good get. I mean, I don't think it's a bad get. I feel like it's an acquisition that doesn't really change anything. You know, I don't know what PlayStation gains from it. But I think it's more so a win for Housemarque. Now they got a better budget. They don't have to prove themselves. They probably have an easier time pitching ideas and games and whatnot. The next acquisition though, Nexxes. What do you take of? What do you take of that?
Yeah, this one caught me out of left field. I don't know a damn thing about Nexus, whatever you. I don't know. The only thing I know, and this is only from people who's been talking on Twitter, is that they do PC ports.
Yes.
Yeah, and then one, I think a dummy can even put 2 and 2 together and see what's happening on why they bought this studio. And you know what? I don't necessarily see that as a bad thing for them to be working on the PC ports of older games. That just frees up more time for the devs to work on their new stuff or their current stuff without having to jump to their PC port. You know, they now have a dedicated studio for this, and we can just keep continuing to get great games on time. So
it's funny, the PlayStation buys a studio that specializes in porting games to PC. I mean, it's
the whole slate.
Yeah, the whole slate. I mean, yeah, man, that's And to cap it off, I feel like they gotta buy one more. I don't know what's gonna happen with Bluepoint, but just like they buy.
Oh, that's a given.
They'll buy a studio that specializes in remastering because Bluepoint hasn't made an actual game.
Yeah, correct. That's a given though.
Yeah,
I
want them to do it. I don't know why they. I think with Sony Japan tweeted out the wrong picture with Bluepoint in it.
Yeah, Sony Japan or was it Spain or Austria? One of them. Yeah, one of them tweeted out the wrong picture. And they said it was a mistake and it was really supposed to be Housemarque, but we know, like, come on, we know what's up.
Yeah, So I mean that'll be a nice addition to them. You know what I mean? Because then you can now also solves that problem. Is like we have a studio that takes care of our remastering or reimaginings, right?
Yep.
You know what I mean? Because I mean, obviously, PlayStation has a huge catalog of of legacy titles and IPs that aren't being used. So, and you have a studio that specializes in that.
But here's the thing, and I go back to this again though. I want to see them do something new. Like I want to see them. I want to see if they're able to create something new and that hits. Like we know y'all can make remakes, but can y'all come up with your own new IP and that be a hit? So I mean, because basically they're making games that were already hits back in the day, so you can kind of tell yourself, okay, this is probably going to be a hit because they already have the foundation, right? So I kind of want to see them do something new too.
You know what Bluepoint is? Bluepoint.
What do you mean?
Is that rapper that's good at rapping but can't write?
Can't write. Oh, yeah, okay.
And somebody has to write his rhymes. You know what I mean? Somebody has to write his
rhymes.
Oh, I see. Okay. Bluepoint needs source material. They probably have.
I got you.
They're talented at coding and whatnot, but they probably don't have like writers or they don't specialize in someone that can write a story or character develop. They're good at using source material. They're good at remixing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's how I view Bluepoint. I mean, and there's a need for studios like that, especially if you are a Nintendo, PlayStation, or Xbox, where you got legacy IPs that just haven't seen the light of day in years. So, I mean, if you think about it, before they started working with PlayStation, I can't even think of the last thing Bluepoint did. I think they ported Titanfall to Xbox.
Titanfall, yeah,
the 360 version of Titanfall. That's what
I didn't even know that. Like, they've been so synonymous with PlayStation. I didn't even know they did Titanfall for the 360. So yeah, man. So yeah. I mean, they're talented, like you said. They are talented. But can they take that talent and make something new? I think these two studios have a big what if question mark. I mean, not what if, but like a question mark. Like, what else can they do? Besides what they've been doing. So we're gonna see, man. We're gonna see.
Is that somebody said? Can we get rid of the background music? Was it too loud or something? I thought I had that thing down low. I put it down even lower, so you probably can't hear it now. But it's gone. Hopefully, I solved that. There was something else that was on my mind that I wanted to cover. Obviously, the elephants in the room. So NickBanks put me back on NBA Live, right? So there's other things I do in NBA Live other than just beating people up in like the raid matches. There's the street ball. Have you tried this, like making your character? And you did that.
I did that. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
It's called the one or something like that. Yeah.
All right. The reason why, because he was like, "Yo, he's it's Dre. You know, Dre got. I know Dre got this game. Did he create his character? Because he liked to run threes, like 3-on-3 and 5-on-5.
I'm not good, dog.
But you don't need to be like, yo, bro. What we did today, before I went to go get some food, like when you first get into the game, you can tell when somebody's new to the game. They get like the most basic attire, the basic face. If you don't do your own face cam, they get the most basic face. So we had this one dude.
That's what I did.
Black tank top, bald head. He had the standard face, and it's me and Nick running with him. Right? People literally refuse to guard him. So he ended up being our leading scorer because they just looked at him like, oh, he just got this game.
Yeah. Absolutely.
So I was like, yo, just stay open and just run to the paint. They're not going to guard you because you're not even dressed. You're in default clothes. So no, so
I definitely did with y'all.
Yeah. So they got 3-on-3, and then they got the full court 5-on-5 when you get as long as you get enough players, which is dope. I got a lot of time in that, but I wanted to swing that by your way. I didn't know if you got that start ever tried it.
Yeah, I did.
All right. So Nick, I hope that answers your question. Man, what else happened this week? Phil Spencer had the interview with IGN.
Okay.
I mean, I don't think any reveals came out. People were going crazy because they talked about the two unannounced RPGs that NXile is working on. But Phil Spencer didn't say it. I think Ryan McCaffrey, said, hey, he said that they were working on those two games, but Phil Spencer didn't say that. So I think when people heard it, I mean, for all I know, Ryan could have been guessing. I don't know. But Phil Spencer just never corrected him. But I know that came out as some of the interviews started to reveal itself. They asked them some decent questions. One regarding, does everybody's favorite question, does Halo Infinite need to hit, or is this the last chance for Halo? In so many words he asked, does Halo need to, knock it out the park with this game for the future of Halo? And Phil Spencer pretty much kind of just answer that question. He said the pressure isn't on the team to be like, oh, this has to be the best Halo, otherwise they're shutting down the studio or anything like that. So he completely denied that thought.
I disagree. Not the fact that if it's not a hit, the studio's going to shut down, but I think in a lot of people's eyes, this is absolutely Halo Infinite absolutely has to be a hit. Absolutely.
No, it has to. Now, I'd say it has to be a hit, but I think the thing is, people are saying if this Halo isn't good, they can't make any more Halos. And Phil Spencer's take is there will be more Halos after this, regardless of.
Well, okay. See now, because correct me if I'm wrong. Because 343 said that this is a 10-year plan of Halo, right? So Halo Infinite is pretty much going to be your
our new MCC,
or your Fortnite, if you will, with the new seasons and whatnot. So, because of that, because they're going that route, it's like you kind of have to give them the benefit of the doubt because it could possibly get worse, but many are hoping that the 10-year route it will gradually get better, better, right? So that's kind of I'm kind of stuck on that. If I think, like I say, I think it has to be a hit, no doubt. But because of that 10-year window, it's kind of like a wait and see because
Yeah, but no,
it's
I
like
mean,
you
like,
got to give them 10 years. You dig?
no. I completely disagree with that notion. But
Okay.
I know, I get what you're saying because the way that they're presenting the game is like, oh no, this is Halo Infinite, and we have a 10-year plan for this game. Pretty much the original plan for Destiny. Like the game's going to launch,
Right.
and then what I see is obviously content for multiplayer is going to keep dropping, and then story expansion is going to keep dropping. You know what I mean? So I get you. So, and it's weird to judge it. Nowadays, it's weird to judge games like that. Like, for example, like Sea of Thieves, right? The Sea of Thieves score is what it scored from when it came out in 2018.
Yep.
Even though today is a completely different, it's a different game. So it's
And
like,
that's what I mean. Like you got to wait and see. Like how can you really judge this because it's a season game, right? So how can you really? I mean, obviously you can judge it season by season, but you got to give it that wait time, though, So I feel what you're saying.
Yeah, I think
that's a good example.
I mean, whatever they do in their launch, year for the first content has to be top of the line, pretty much. Their first, the campaign that we get, this fall has to be, I'd say in judging Halo in terms of campaign, it has to be between it has to be in a window of an 8 to 10, right? The first season, because here's the thing, because the review system is flawed and skewed, they knock it out the park with like the first rounds of multiplayer modes. All right, this is awesome. Boom. The first rounds, the first campaign that we launched this year for Infinite, awesome, and no scores like nines or 85 and 90s. It doesn't matter for the second round of shit like that. Not saying it'll matter to the player, but they have to knock it out. They do have to knock it out the park with the first round because then they don't have to worry about the second round. The second round of expansions and stuff isn't going to cost them Game of the Year. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? It's not going to cost. Go ahead.
Let me ask you. So if it comes out and it's mediocre, how do you judge it? Because if it's mediocre, how do you judge it on knowing the fact that it can potentially get better, right? So how do you judge it if it comes out mediocre? Like, do you say, "Oh man, that's it for 3 for 3, no more chances," even though they got more seasons coming out? So how do you judge it?
The review system is flawed, very bad. Because the thing is that does Sea of Thieves does the current Sea of Thieves deserve the score that it has?
Right.
Does State of Decay 2 deserve the current score that it has, even though it's a completely different game now? What did Fortnite score when it first came out? Like, it's.
I think that was like in the 80s, maybe. I mean, Fortnite took off out the gate.
It took off, but the thing is, nobody knew it would be doing like what it's doing. Like,
right, true
now.
that.
So
true
it's
that.
like it's very unfair because the thing is, when reviewers judge games like that, you have to go in with a mindset. It's like, okay, well, you either have to do that or you have to review the game every 6 months to a year.
Yeah, see, that's why this is so different.
It has to be separate, and then at the end of its life cycle, you can then average out the score and then have a final grade for the whole entire experience. Otherwise, they have to review the game every year. Every expansion has to be scored individually.
Okay, so I'm trying to think. Did they do that for? Did they review Call of Duty Warzone? Like, because
I'm sure it got reviewed once.
Okay, right. And so now people, from my understanding with that, it was Call of Duty, but now people love it. Like that's all they play is Warzone. So did that get reviewed when it first dropped?
To my knowledge, yeah, it got reviewed, but I think it got reviewed like once. I don't think
Okay.
There's only a select few games. Like for example, I think Destiny. They get reviewed properly now, like with every expansion. I feel
they have story expansions.
Their story expansions properly get reviewed. So they would have to do that with games like that. Like, how do you do that with a game like Sea of Thieves? Like, yeah, the review system has to change. And really, I mean, honestly, for Halo Infinite, believe it or not, and I say this a lot, you're just going to have to see what the review, look at the review, check the temperature, see what people got to say about it. But the review, the Metacritic should not be the deciding factor.
Okay.
For the game or for any game, honestly. Like, you know what I mean? I don't play a lot of the last, like, on average, the games that typically win Game of the Year is games I either don't like or I'm not interested in. With the exception of like Last of Us and God of War, that the ones that won. But when, like, you know, The Witcher got it, fucking Overwatch, shit like that, Hades and shit like that, nah, not my shit. Yeah. Like, so I try not to ride on it like that in terms of like saying Metacritic defines is pretty much the say all end all of what a good game is, because at the end of the day, like I said, I feel like, especially with this generation and the Xbox One generation, I feel like were some of the most weirdest reviewed like titles, because I felt like on like with PS5, these next generation games come, I feel like they get overrated. So I know you mentioned something about like Ratchet. You know how I feel about Returnal. I feel like the score was a bit too high for what it was. And I feel like, because now it's like the boundaries for the next set of games is higher than, because if this is great, truly great, then what is better than this? You know what I mean?
Right.
So and I go back to the Xbox One days, I felt like they were a little bit too harsh. For games like Knack, games like Rise, games like I don't think a game like Rise and a game like Knack or even Knack 2 were as bad as they were reviewed.
Gotcha.
It's too, when I think about it, I'm like, all right, what was the reason why this game got hit? Repetitiveness, too linear. Like, if you think about it, almost every game we play is repetitive. Unless it's like an open world RPG, like a Mass Effect, where things change and you're doing different things to change the landscape of how you play. But those games are genre specific.
Well, even Mass Effect is repetitive. Like, all games are repetitive, right? So and I agree with you. I don't like when a game gets knocked for being repetitive, because all games are repetitive. So like a basketball game, you're like, that is the most repetitive game ever. You dig?
A racing game. Yeah. What do you do?
Right, a racing game. Right, exactly. Yeah. So all games are repetitive. But let me throw this at you real quick, right? Mm-hmm. And speaking directly to you and in your opinion, not Metacritic, right? Mm-hmm. If Halo Infinite comes out and is mediocre to you, right? And let's say the first 3 or 4 seasons are still mediocre to you, just to you. How long do you give 343 before you're like, they just don't got it? You dig? They don't got it. So how long do you give them in this 10-year window?
If I don't like Halo Infinite, like, I'm not. For me, it's not like, oh, you know, you guys got like 5 years to get it fucking right. No, if I don't like Halo Infinite when it comes out this year, that's it. That's it for me, because I like 343's Halos. Wow. I like their games. I feel like Halo 4. The crazy thing is, and we gotta talk about this, because we had Neil GameSpark on Planet Xbox.
Shout out to Neil.
And he said something interesting. You said something interesting. But yeah, in terms of, at that point, I would be like, you know, why don't you guys work on something new that's not Halo? Let it be in the Halo universe. You could make any game in the Halo universe, and it could be as fucked up as possible because it's not Halo. You know what I mean? Like, but
and this is after first go, like first initial go.
Because I mean, I've never had a Halo experience that was a live, you know, game. You know what I mean? I'm used to so I feel like the first round it has to hit.
But here's the thing, but you like the other 2 343s, right?
Yeah.
So even though this one can be mediocre to you, but that's 2 out of 3. That's That's a positive. That's a positive vibe
but
right there.
my thing is, I'm never gonna call for a 343 to to quit or for them to sell off 343 or stuff like that. But I am gonna want 343. The thing is, I look at the time, how long it takes for these games to come out, and it's like, okay, like do something else.
Okay.
That's more so my opinion is like, all right, do something else. But like, and that's to me, it takes a lot for me not to like a Halo game. The only Halo game I really don't like is Combat Evolve. And that in ODST. I'm not the biggest fan of Combat Evolve and ODST, and not because I think it's a bad game. I just thought it was just extremely boring, and I just thought it was very boring. Shout out to King Krell for $2. He said, "Does Halo have to get a 90+ meta? If not, then what?" This is where I hate this conversation because I hate this conversation. Perception wise, because of the industry for it is what it is, and for console film and console wars, Halo has to get a 90+. For me,
I agree.
For me, the thing is, I can't even give my opinion because, like I said, I thought Halo 4 was the best Halo up until that point, in terms of like, and then I thought Halo 5. Now, Halo 5, I didn't think was the best Halo. I think it was the best multiplayer Halo experience I've ever had. Since Halo 3. So, but those games, if I was to score them, they both would be in like the 9s, for me. Like back when Halo 4 came out, I didn't realize it had an under 90 Metacritic. I didn't learn that until like until I started paying attention to meta scores. I always thought, every Halo score is like a 9 or a 10. That was just the thought I had because I think most of them did score that up until that point. But man, does Halo need to score a 90+? No. But does it need to score? It does need to be above an 85. I say that.
Yeah,
I think it has to be. It has to score better than Halo 5, and I would like for it to score better than Halo 4. So it has to be somewhere between an 88 and an 90. If it's an 88 or an 89, it's fine.
Yeah, it'd be fine.
It'll be fine. So
totally agree, especially for the like you said, the fanboy and the media perception.
Yeah.
88 to 90. Yeah, I agree.
Yep. So that's what I feel about that. So hey, you recently, and I don't even know if we had a podcast when you were doing this, because you recently played through the entire Halo series.
Yes, sir.
And you ranked them.
Yep.
Could you re-rank those for me, sir?
It was Halo 4.
All right, we going best to worst or worst to best?
Yeah, best to worst. Okay. Yeah, and I didn't play ODST and I didn't play Halo Reach.
Okay, so you did the mainline games, the mainline.
Yeah, the mainline. Yep.
Cool.
It was Halo 4, Halo 2, Halo 3, and then Halo 1.
You played Guardians yet?
Oh yeah, I did. Okay. Halo 4, Halo 2, Halo 3, Halo 5, and then Halo 1.
All right, so you got from best to worst, Halo 4.
Yep.
Halo 2. Okay. Halo 3.
Halo 3.
Halo 5.
Halo 5. Yep.
Halo 1.
Yep.
You realize the Halo game is number 1 on your list.
It's a 343 game. And the reason why, see, Halo 2 is super dope. I love Halo 2. But it's just the quality of life with that game. Like when you jump from the Bungie Halos to the 343 Halos, when you got the sprint and you got the aim down sight and all that, all the modern
standard shit in shooters.
It's just like in terms of gameplay, it's like a night and day difference, right? And so, but what really tipped me to go with Halo 4 is that Halo 4 story is so personal. It is so good. Like the shit Cortana go through, man. like that game is so personal, and I loved it. I loved every second of seeing Cortana on her, like where she started and how fucking insane this bitch got towards the end, man. Like this bitch was crazy. Like, so that's why I put Halo 4 over 2, because that story is so good, man. But Halo 2 story is phenomenal as well, though. Don't get me wrong, but Halo 4 is just personal, and I know a lot of people got me on this, got at me about this, but I like Halo 4's story. I think it's dope, right? But I cannot get over the fact that Master Chief and Cortana are in love with each other. I can't get over that. This dude is in love with binary. Like he's in love with ones and zeros. Like I just can't. Like, people were getting at me like, you know, that he grew up in solitude, and this is his only real friend, and you know, this is the only person that he really connects with. Basically, his mother and what this, that, and the third. Nah, that ending sequence where she like warps off into, like, I guess you call it like a black hole thing or something, whatever. And that their two interaction with each other, man, they are in love with each other. And it's not about sex. Like a lot of people came to me about, why are you thinking sex? I'm not thinking, like, how the fuck you gonna have sex with AI? Like that don't even make sense, nigga. Like you can be in love. There's all types of in love, right?
Yeah.
But they are in love with each other. Point, like, there's no doubt in my mind that they are in love with each other, and it's just so weird. It's so weird. I just don't get it. I just don't get it. So, but other than that, yeah, that story was great, and that's why it's my choice.
Yeah,
it's so weird.
and I thought that was interesting. Halo, like I said, I like Halo 4. I love the campaign. Not so much the multiplayer, versus the other multiplayers. But the thing is I feel like, obviously, the thing I've respected 3434 is, like, you know, I felt like they have. That's why I was like, they didn't make bad. Halo 4 wasn't bad. I don't think Halo 5 was a bad game. Graphically, they made the better looking Halos, and they make the better performing Halos. Like the things that people got mad at for, like, Halo 4 and Halo 5, and think about it. Think about where Halo 3 was losing its player base to. Halo 3 was losing its players to Call of Duty 4 Modern Warfare for obvious reason. It was faster. It was more like twitchy. It was like just twitchy. Yep. I mean, the graphics were good and whatnot. So, and it, because I remember Halo came out in, like, September, so it had, like, a good, like, run. Of course, it maintained players throughout, but after November, and when Call of Duty came out, I felt the hit of players that went off Halo 3. So it was right that they made the adjustments. I can't imagine still playing Halo, like Halo 2 and 3 now. Yeah. Like, what?
Yep. I agree.
Like, that's why now I can't go back to classic Halo multiplayer. Because it's too different. But yeah, Halo 4, Halo 2, I'm pretty sure, and you played the anniversary edition, so that game was looking super.
And see, that's why I couldn't put Halo 3 above Halo 2. The anniversary edition is, oh my god! Like, why doesn't Halo 3 have an anniversary edition? Yeah. Like, oh my god! Like, yeah. So, and to piggyback off of Halo 5 real quick, I think, and I totally understand why people don't like the story, because it's like, coming off of Halo 4, you want to know what Master Chief is going through, right? You want to be in his shoes to go find Cortana, right? I didn't want to play as this bald head milk dud dude. Like, I didn't want to play as him for the majority of the game. And when I did play as Master Chief, it was whack. So I think if they would have reversed that and made us play as Master Chief more and have Locke in those sparing moments, that would have, I think people would have like that more. But yeah,
Yeah,
I totally understand.
It should have been reversed in terms of how they like you for the sparing moments you play. But the thing is, the criticism, right? Well, because remember, this happened with Halo 2. You played as Arbiter for a good amount of time as well, if I'm not mistaken. It was a Halo 2 or Halo 3 where which is Halo 2 where you have to play as Arbiter, right?
Yeah, but hold on, real quick. The thing is though, with that Halo Anniversary Edition, that first scene where you see the Arbiter talking to I think it's the black dude, right? The bald head dude, right?
Locke.
Yeah. So I can get why you play as the Arbiter because he's like searching for a chief though, right? So I mean I can get that. I can get that. So yeah.
Now the thing I didn't understand was now I get why they did it so they can have 4-player co-op through an entire game because I didn't understand where the companions came from. You know what I mean? You know, because it was you never like Buck and all these Katana, all these people that were the blue team Osiris and all this other stuff. Like that I didn't understand because it was like there was never really a army of Spartans that you guys were with when in your journey. You know, it's usually in. I know the old school co-op way they just duplicate and whatnot, but it created that organic feels like all right. I'm playing as a character, a part of this journey, and you can do 4-player co-op, so that's why they had to do it that way. So it did make sense in that concept, but yeah, I don't know, man. I feel like Guardians, even though I enjoyed it, I feel like for the campaign, I feel like it was more so. I feel like they shouldn't have called it Halo 5. It should have just been called Halo Guardians, just like Halo Reach, because it's more like 5. If you play, since you didn't play like ODST in Halo Reach. You didn't understand what I was saying. If you play ODST and you play Halo Reach, you'll be like, all right, Guardians is more like not mainline, but like still part of the story, but it shouldn't have been a mainline game for the simple fact that it's more like it would have fit in the story. It would fit more like a Reach did. Like Reach, you're playing as Spartans. None of them is Master Chief. And it's an army of 4 of them, 4 different Spartans. ODST, you're not playing as a Spartan at all. You're just a fucking soldier, little foot soldier.
Aren't you playing as aren't you Buck?
And what?
In ODST.
ODST, I think in moments you do get to play as Buck, but from my understanding, Buck is a Spartan. Now, unless he hasn't always been a Spartan. I know Buck is in ODST. I'm not sure if you're playing as him though.
I'm trying to think of that.
They break because there's a whole lot of cuts. Now, somebody in the chat correct me. I know there's a cuts where you probably do play as him, but I don't think the entire game you were playing actually as Buck. I think you're
okay. I'm kind of trying to think because it was another white dude. He was like maybe like the captain or the admiral or something like that. Damn it, what's his? I can't even remember what his name was. Clean cut dude, man. I can't think of his name, but maybe I was just thinking maybe that was him in ODST, but I can't remember. But I thought it was Buck though, but because it looks like it's the same.
Buck
armor.
Looks like what's you call it? What's the dude that playing horrible bosses and Stolen Identity? What's that?
Oh yeah,
that's what Buck looks like. That actor. I keep remembering his name. Yeah.
I know you talking about.
Shout out to Jason Elliott with the $10 super chat. He says, "Shouts out to you guys. I can almost never catch the show live, but I always catch the replay. Smooth. When's the next challenge, or hell, maybe a challenge for you, Dre? I'm in. Dre, Dre will actually beat a challenge though. That's the thing.
I'm all about stress-free gaming. I don't do anything to stress me out. So,
Dre plays games at like 4 a.m.
Yeah, I got to. I ain't got no fucking choice. We got no choice.
All right, so the big story today, not today, but this week, Ghost of Tsushima Director's Cut Edition coming for the PS4 and PS5.
Yep.
The biggest thing about this announcement is that it is sporting that next generation price tag of $69.99, and if you already own the game, you can upgrade it for, was it $39? Is it?
Well, it's $10 to upgrade. It's 22 for the expansion. They just bundled them together
and
for.
That's how you get 30. The 30.
Yeah.
Okay, gotcha. Yeah. All right. What do you get in this? Other than the expansion, what else? Is there any like new PS5 enhancements?
Yeah. Definitely. PS5 native PS5 port. Adaptive triggers, 3D audio, better visuals, a more stable performance. The usual. You dig the usual. So
okay. Do you agree? Even though if you have the game, do you agree with there being a price tag to upgrade to the director's cut?
No, do not. Nope.
And what?
And for the simple fact is that we are getting new games. We are getting native ports for free. You dig? Now, like I was telling you earlier, right? I was in the Twitter Spaces with Optimus Code and my boy David Gaines and Persona, and pretty much what they were telling me is because so I have brought up that we're getting native upgrades for free, right? And so the first game I listed was Jedi Fallen Order, right? Which just recently got a native current, native current with the visuals and the whatever, right? But I got backlash mainly because Jedi Fallen Order, which I believe it does, but that's neither here nor there. Mainly because Jedi Fallen Order doesn't have the DualSense features, right? And that was the main point that they were harping on why it should cost $10 because of the DualSense feature.
Really?
Of the DualSense feature. Yeah, no, I bullshit you not. That was their main focus, was that because Jedi Fallen Order doesn't have these DualSense features or 3D audio, then that null and voids your comparison to Ghost of Tsushima. Okay, cool. You want all right, cool. You want to go to rap? Okay, cool. I brought up Borderlands 3, which does have haptic feedback and adaptive triggers and updated visuals and 4K 60 and 1080p 120. Well, it didn't have 3D audio. Okay. All right. It don't got because Ghost of Tsushima has 3D audio along with the other things that I mentioned. I couldn't compare Borderlands because it doesn't have 3D audio.
Please tell me you brought up Doom Eternal, which is the newest one.
See, this is why I hate myself. I hate myself when I get into these debates because I always forget to point out something that can just shut it down right then and there, right? So I'm on Twitter and just all of a sudden, A Plague's Tale's Innocence comes out. Boom. It got 3D audio. It got haptic feedback, adaptive triggers. It got the 4K visuals, the enhanced visuals, the performance, the 60 frame. It got everything that Ghost of Tsushima has. It has it 1-to-1 comparison. It has it, but I didn't bring it up because I'm a dummy. You dig? So that right there, and we're getting it for free 97. You dig? We're getting it for free. That right there should be enough on why these native current gen upgrades should be free. I'm not saying it's your prerogative. If you want to pay for that, do your thing. Everything is opinion based, and I'm all good with that, right? But because we are getting these free upgrades, nah, man, I'm not paying for no upgrade, dog. I'm sorry. I will pay for the expansion, and I want to say that 3 times because a lot of people on Twitter like to take that. They like to say, "Oh, but you're getting this expansion. You're getting this single player expansion." Blah blah blah. I will pay for the expansion. I will pay for the expansion. I have no problem paying for the expansion. I want to say it again. It is not the expansion that is the issue. I will pay for it, but I'm not doing that upgrade when we're getting shit for free, man.
Yeah.
I'm good. I'm good.
I'm gonna give my thoughts, but first I gotta read some super chats. Emmanuel A1 says, "What up, LTG? When you doing some Xbox music with Post Up Smooth, and can y'all talk about Bow Wow versus Soulja Boy versus for the culture? It was lit. We'll get it.
Yeah, we gonna definitely hit on that.
We'll talk about that at the end. Jason Elliott says, "Bruh, games were $59.99 in the '90s, and what the fuck are people acting like $70 is an issue? It's not the issue. It's
not the issue. Thank you.
Thank you. Says $4.99. Back in the '90s, games gave way more content for the price. $70 is an issue when there's DLC right behind it. These days, $70 is an entry fee for a game." Good point. Yikes. Just want to make sure
I couldn't believe it, dog. I was dumb. Like, I couldn't believe it. Like, because it doesn't have these features in the controller, that's what they told me.
You know what's funny? Here's the thing, how I look at it, right? You know how there's a lot of people, a lot of games on PlayStation that do charge these fucking upgrade fees. Like fucking Greedfall, right? Wasn't that a PS Plus game?
Mm-hmm. I thought that was free though. I thought Greedfall is free. If I'm not mistaken.
No. It's free on Xbox.
No, let me look that up. I could
Greedfall. What was it? There's something. Hold on. I know there's something going on with the issue. I think the Greedfall PS5
Greedfall upgrade. Yeah. Let me make sure, because I could have swore. See, yeah, it's saying if you downloaded the PlayStation Plus version.
It says Greedfall PS5 upgrade won't apply to PS Plus version. So if you bought it, yeah. You say if you bought it, yes, but for people that claimed it on PS Plus, they now have to buy it.
Right. Which in that type, because that was the same situation.
Game Pass. The game's in Game Pass, and
that's getting the free up.
That's equivalent to us. All right, I have it in Game Pass, but I have to buy the game again to get the upgrade.
Right, which you don't. Right, that's not the case. Right,
you just get it. Yeah.
So and that was the same case with what's happening with Greedfall on PS Plus is the same case with Final Fantasy VII Remake. Like you couldn't get you couldn't get the
now.
But see, I don't see that situation. I don't know, because you technically didn't buy it.
Yeah,
right.
Fair enough.
You're right. So I think it would be nice. It would be nice if they would just do that for us. But I can kind of understand that aspect. I kind of get that.
My issue. I'm not even gonna say I have an issue, because a lot of these games that be going through this bullshit, I'm not buying to begin with. Like, for example, I've been tempted on these stupid upgrades because you know Remedy and 505 Games screw the Xbox gamers with this shit. They gave Control. They put it in Game Pass, but Ultimate Edition is a separate version and it doesn't support smart delivery, so we're pretty much forced to buy it, and I still refuse to buy it. This shit was on sale for like fucking $15. I still didn't buy it. I was like, nah, I'm not buying the game again, because I beat the game. I got like 800 plus gamer score in it. I beat the game. I own the expensive edition for last gen. So I feel like I should have the privilege to a free upgrade. Like I bought a premium edition of the game when it first came out. So the fact that it was, and then you guys got the nerve to put it in Game Pass, and then you put the next gen version in PS Plus, which is all right, fine. You soothing them over there. I won't buy it. I like the game. But I'm not buying it. Yeah, I downloaded it on PS Plus. I was like, all right, I'm just gonna have to experience the next gen version on PlayStation. But I'm not buying that shit because I bought the game already and I beat it. I have no reason. I'm not gonna replay to completion. I don't care how much ray tracing or 60 frames you put. I'm not gonna replay through completion. I was just wanting to test it out, and I'm not. $15 is too expensive to do that. It is. I got $15 just to try this shit. Let me just see what it looks like now. So the thing is though, there's a lot of games, even though there's plenty of games that do give you free upgrades on PlayStation 5, there's also plenty of games that charges upgrade fee. And I feel like more publishers would feel entitled to give free upgrades if PlayStation as a first party holder didn't charge you. But PlayStation is charging for first party games. So if PlayStation is going to charge for the if I'm a third party, of course I'm going to charge. I was like I have no reason not to. Like when people are going on Xbox and shit like that, it's almost as if it's a bad look. Now there's only two ways you get away with charging for a next gen upgrade. A, you're like Activision or a Rockstar 2K where you're just too fucking big. You do what you want, whatever. We either gonna take it or leave it. Or you're some nobody that has a game that we didn't realize had a next gen version that you threw in the store and it's just stealth drop. Because there's a couple games I see that got next gen versions, like some indie mid tier games. And I'm like, nobody's gonna make it stink because nobody's gonna discover it. Those are the two, but anything in between that where it has it's just not gonna fly. And most developers literally just toss in a free upgrade. And go ahead, my bad.
Let me ask you. So if because right now, are there any third parties that are not doing, like, have you experienced a third party not doing a free upgrade? That's gonna lead me to my next thing.
Doing a free upgrade? Yeah, well, yeah. No, Call of Duty isn't, obviously they don't do free upgrades. Like it's locked behind like a paywall, right? Like you have to buy the expensive version of the game to get both copies, or you buy the next gen version, right? EA has been kind of weird with their shit, right? Because so obviously Jedi Fallen Order, they made that's a free upgrade. You know, they did the BC Plus for like Need for Speed, free upgrade. But games like, for example, like the last year's sports games that came out in 2020, right? Those were timed free upgrades, meaning you had to claim the game by March of of this year. Otherwise, you had to buy it separately. And now Madden 22 is coming out. There's no free smart delivery or anything. You buy one or the other, or you buy the next gen, or you buy the expensive version that holds both versions of it.
Got you. So see now, okay. If all third party made free upgrades the standard, right? Because it kind of seems like majority is doing it, but there's still that one or two who isn't. So now that kind of messes up with the balance.
Same thing with $70 games.
Right. So if third party got on board and they just like, okay, free upgrades, you know, from now or whatever, free upgrades, right? Free upgrades. Do you think that would like what I'm trying to say here, like kind of force PlayStation to start doing the free upgrades, or do you think, you know, PlayStation is PlayStation, they gonna do what they want and that either, you know, take it or leave it?
Part of me says they're gonna do what they want, but the thing is, this was a group effort.
Yeah,
so,
and that's
And this the thing is that PlayStation, look at all the people that's on board with the price difference, right? PlayStation, 2K, Activision, EA also, but what the thing is, they mended the lines. Like they kind of like, all right, we do this here, or you know, they're kind of playing the fence, right?
The biggest companies,
the biggest. So the biggest, the problem was they made that decision, and they pretty much looked at the industry and it's like, all right, it was like a board meeting. The big dogs are doing this price range, and they just assume that since they're the main guys doing it, that like how it happened like during the 360 gen and shit like that everybody else would just by default follow along, and that just didn't happen. And now that's why you're seeing this thing where it's just and it's a mess, and it's only a mess because the industry didn't move at the same time on this price thing. Just like it's a mess with these free upgrades. The industry didn't move at the same time. So now people are looking at some of these companies like Cricket because it's like, yo, I got this for free. Why are you charging me this? And that's why these $70 games and these $60 games, people are looking at them like, okay, what makes your game worth $70 versus this $60 game? It's going to be hard to compare. When they do these price gouging moves, the industry has to move at the same time. So there's no question. When games went to $60, it was everybody moved at the same time. So it didn't matter.
Yeah, shit. Nowadays, it's like now the question is nowadays with these $70 games is like is $70 worth it to you? Right now, that's the question. Is $70 worth it to you? You know, you don't gotta pay for it if you don't want to. You know, you can wait for a sale. That's what people bring up. You can wait for a sale. So that's what I'm seeing now is the value worth it to you? I mean, I can.
We discussed this. I think we discussed this last week, right? This came up with like the price of and people were asking. Like I know Spawn Wave Media asked was Ratchet and Clank worth like $70 or what makes a game worth $70 and whatnot. And people ask about it, you know, and there's so many ways to go about that. I think what probably needs to happen, or where the industry should probably have. I think there shouldn't be a standard price set on games. Maybe games should be all priced differently. Like, you know, you go into the store like, all right, this game is $70, this game is $50, this game is $80, this game is $90. Like maybe it should be there should be no stamp on games prices. And if you do that, then maybe you can get rid of these stupid ass digital editions that have this random bullshit to make the game $20 more than a retail price, and maybe you just charge whatever you really want it for the game price. And maybe I think that either that has to happen or everybody has to move at the same time. Because I mean, I'm pretty sure wasn't games at a varied price before? Like you could buy a game, but it was like $90, or another game was like, you know, 60. Like I think.
What you mean?
Like video games, like back in the 90s, or weren't they at varied prices?
Oh yeah. Video games like Nintendo 64 games was stupid high.
Yeah, I remember I could only get like a couple 64 games like a year, dude.
Yeah, but like I kind of don't like that because back then things wasn't as expensive as they are now, right? Yeah. So like gas was dirt cheap back in the 90s. Right, exactly. So I mean that kind of gave video games, I don't know. I don't want to say like that was the leeway because I don't know how corporate business works when it comes to pricing things. But shit was so cheap back then that, you know, maybe somebody wouldn't mind paying $90 for it because that shit was that was crazy. It was like $90, $80. Oh yeah. But like again, things were so cheap back in the day compared to what it is right now. You know, you kind of was like, oh, okay. Well,
let me read this super chat. Oh shoot! Let me get this. The Legend 350 says $70 is too much to drop on a game, in my opinion. Bless Red said no $70 games on a PC. Day one $48 games. Keck. The Legend, you redacted that message? Bye.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Dre. I'm sorry.
My thing, with what Bless Red said, PC games aren't $70. Why, as console gamers, right? Why do we take this? You dig? Like, why can't we stand up together? I'll put it like this: the people, like, okay, why can't we stand up together and be like, you know, $60 was enough. Why do you need to go for 70, right? Why do we have to pay for online, right? Why are controllers is kind of different, but because it's a lot of technology in the controllers, but you know, why are we taking this like you are supposed to satisfy me, right? You make a product to satisfy me, right? And I understand you need to get compensated for it, but why though? Like, I'm not why do you need to get compensated, but why are these prices, like, why are we seeing a price hike in gaming? Like, because what was the big deal of us?
Have always been expensive to make. Probably the most expensive industry to do things. I mean, nowadays you can film a movie on an iPhone, All profit.
and it'd be a dope, and it'd be a dope movie though. Right.
And music, I mean, yeah, people used to pay for studio time, but most people have Pro Tools on their own personal computers. So, do you really need to pay for studio time? Soulja Boy showed us a long time ago.
Right.
Now, the thing about music, right, in the movie industry, right, when movies came out for you to buy and music came out for you to buy, the first week of release was the cheapest you can get it. $10, or I think music for albums, when it's released Tuesday, the album was $10. In the movies, I believe it was maybe $15 or $20, and then after that first week, it was the price that they want it to be, which is for an album like $20, movies maybe almost $30. What if games had launched a week, their launch week be $50, and then after its first week,
then bump it up.
Then it becomes that $70 we all hate. Would that be fair?
I see. I don't.
Because music used to do that, and I remember I would buy albums like day one, and I would have my $20 for my 2 albums, and I had to get it that week. Otherwise, it'd be.
I would I don't know. Just me. I would think it just takes so much and costs so much to make a video game compared to making a song. You know, if that makes sense. Like, you gotta have, like, I mean, granted, with a song you gotta have the sound engineer and all that, but it's the way it comes to you. It's just through your ears, right? You're not interacting with music in a physical way, right? Yeah. And making music do 360 no scopes or whatnot. So,
I get what you're saying. All right, go ahead.
Okay, yeah. So maybe that's it, because they have to put so much into a video game, in the way that we play a video game, the way that we receive a video game, there's so much that goes into it that they need to get everything back. So I don't know. I'm just thinking some silly shit, but maybe that could be the right compared to music.
Yeah.
But I'm not quite sure.
Blessed Red said games were expensive back then due to proprietary hardware and cartridges. It made sense. There's no reason for price hike now with DLC, microtransactions, etc.
That's a good question. That's a good answer. These games make a lot off of the ones that do it. Make a lot off of microtransactions.
Yeah, what publisher said they made more off transactions than they did the game itself? What was it?
It was EA, wasn't it?
Yeah, was it with FIFA or like what was it like? Or I forgot what game it was. But yeah, like I know in EA games their MUT program carries almost all their games.
Right.
Yeah. I still don't understand why sports games aren't a pure games as a service. I don't understand why sports games even release annually. It should be literally a live service, and you just update the shit with time.
I'm with you. Like a free to play, sports games.
That's all it should be, and you will have every right to add all that bullshit microtransactions and stuff to it. But that's all it should be, because nothing changes in sports games. Nothing. Yeah. Madden changes. There's something franchise changing in Madden like every 12 years.
So yeah, I agree. Yeah, definitely.
But
they gotta get their money back, I guess.
But I was watching, and I hate to name drop. Matter of fact, I love to name drop. I was watching Saltia's Gamers podcast yesterday.
Oh shit, he was just in here. He was in here too.
Oh, was he? So I was watching this podcast yesterday, and I'm always in their podcast just arguing with people. They got in terms of the viewership, right? Some of the people that watch their podcasts, I'm one of the people that watch their podcast, but I would say some of their supporters are probably amongst the most annoying people on the internet. Like, there's some I don't know what it is. It's just the shit that people like buy into. But they were talking about this situation, and they were, kind of defending Sony in their efforts to charge extra for games, and they seem in support of Ghost of Tsushima, of the elements being added to this, and I was listening. I'm like, man, some of the excuses that I was hearing, it just was a little bit mind-boggling. Is that, I mean, Saltius Gaming said something is, nothing in this world is free, and we should be appreciative. Like, no dev should have to. The devs don't have to do this. They don't. They just give you a free 60 frames update. Why even bother with a director's cut? You know what I mean? They could have just released the expansion. You know what I mean? It's like, at the end of the day, though, there's too many developers not charging you for the stuff to make it that worthwhile. That gives you more. One of the examples, right? Forza Horizon 4, that was ported to the Series X and S. It wasn't just a regular update. They made a game. They made a native version for the Series X and S by a different developer. Playground didn't even do it. It was a different developer. That's why when you load the game up, not Forza Horizon 5, but Forza Horizon 5. When you load the game up on Xbox Series X and S, you'll see a complete different developer name on the splash screen. Before you see like Playground and their usual stuff, if compared to when you load up the original game on Xbox One X and One S, you'll see Playground, because they made that game, and that was a free game. It's a complete upgrade. It's a complete upgrade. It's literally a different game that you're getting, and they didn't charge you extra for it. And they didn't put no bullshit sub name to make you feel like you're getting a new game. Like, it's not a director's cut. It's not a Game of the Year edition. It's just Forza Horizon 4. X and X version. Right. And then you consider what Doom just put out. And they put out crazy, like, they're supporting both. They're supporting the DualSense. They're supporting both, I think, speaker, different type of headsets, 3D audio and spatio sound, whatever the stuff. They're supporting ray tracing, 120 frames per second. That was free. You got games like A Plague's Tale that did their update. Watch Dogs, I don't know if it counts or not, but they kind of did their 60 frames update on that. They did obviously Jedi Fallen Order. I feel like almost every week there's some sort of next gen
new update,
upgrade, and it's free. And it's legit free. So it's like, I don't understand. What I get, like, sure, like, I can understand why someone would charge, but the problem is there's too many people not charging. So it's like, okay, what else makes this? Why is yours? Why do we need to pay for your upgrade? And the thing that surprised me is people that own the game, and you're telling people, oh, like, it's only this. You guys shouldn't be mad at this. This is. Xbox Game Pass has conditioned you guys not to want to buy anything. Like, what's wrong with not wanting to spend money? Like, what's wrong with saving money?
Like, niggas is too damn, they got too much pride, man. Like, they got too much testosterone, too much pride to say, nigga, I'm cool with getting free stuff, man. They want to go around flexing. $10 ain't nothing, man. $10 ain't, which it ain't. But that's not the point. Just let your pride down a little bit, man. But yeah, Persona's in the chat, right? And he can vouch for me, right? And like I was going back and telling you that they were getting on me because of these free updates aren't getting the DualSense features. True or false, Persona? True or false? If you in here, true or false?
Hold on, let me read Addict Super Chat. He said, it's okay to call them out and still want the DLC. Yeah, that's what's up. I see Persona. He said, Smooth, you got to look at what you're getting here, bro. It's not the same. What are you getting?
You do it, dude. I told you. You thought I was lying about that?
Hold on.
You think I'm lying? I told you.
Persona.
I told you.
What are you getting in Ghost of Tsushima's upgrade that other games didn't give you in their free upgrades? Now, there's a whole ton of free upgrades on PS5 and Xbox that gave you a lot of quality of life improvements, performance, different features. What is Ghost doing differently that other games that gave you items for free isn't doing?
Persona, keep it a bean, dog. Type in the DualSense features, because that's exactly what y'all told me in that Twitter Spaces. Keep it 1,000, man. I'm checking. I'm checking your temperature to see if you keeping it all the way a stack. Put in that DualSense features because that's exactly what y'all told me on why y'all said I was being subjective, right? That's what y'all told me. Y'all said I was being subjective because these games didn't have DualSense features. That's what y'all told me. Now a Plague's Tale has DualSense features, has 3D audio, is getting visual upgrades, is getting 60 frames per second. Everything that Ghost of Tsushima is getting, besides the expansion, everything that Ghost of Tsushima is getting, a Plague's Tale is getting. Everything. Everything. So what's up? What's up? Come on, keep it 100. Keep it up. Type in, it's because of the DualSense features, and that's why you can't compare these two games. Keep it 1,000, man. Keep it 1,000.
Wait, y'all,
that's what y'all told me.
Playing for lip sync? Wait, he said haptics is just a boost to Rumble. Visual updates are not a real upgrade. It's the Japanese lip syncs that can only be done. Wait. Japanese lip sync?
No, see, and they had Japanese lip sync in the PS4 version. It just wasn't lip sync to the point where it would, like, when they speak Japanese, the lips will move like they're speaking Japanese.
Oh, it was the
now in PS5 version, they have upgraded the lip sync. So when they speak in Japanese, and excuse me if it's not Japanese, I'm sorry, but whatever native language they are speaking, now the lips will move in that native language correctly. This is what they told me in Twitter Spaces, dog. Some DualSense features and lip sync and 3D audio. Yo, man, I'm done, man. Yeah, like, Lord have mercy. Lord have mercy. We got devs giving us the same thing for free. And y'all told me I was being subjective. Y'all told me I couldn't compare that because I was being subjective, and I had to put in those features on why Ghost of Tsushima should cost $10. That's what y'all told me. Tell me I'm lying. All right, tell me I'm lying.
So hold on. In the original game, because I do recall being able to change to the Japanese language, right?
Yes, you can.
Their lip sync was flawed. They fixed it, and now they're charging you.
Charging you $10. Now tell me I'm lying, Persona. Tell me I'm lying. Keep it all the way 100 because you in here and you know what y'all said to me.
Yo, that should be a regular patch. What the? All right. I get the expansions and stuff. So I'm not arguing the expansion for anything.
Nobody is arguing
with additional content, right?
Exactly.
The game's already 60 frames, like, because they had that update that they did. Okay. So when it comes down to it, it literally is boiling down to DualSense support and lip sync. That's what they told the director's cut is.
That's what, and the expansion.
Yes.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. And that's what they told me that I was being subjective, and I couldn't put another game that didn't have those DualSense features. I couldn't put it up against Ghost of Tsushima. That's what they told me, though. That's what they told me. If I could have recorded it, I would. But that's what they told me. You know why Persona isn't denying what I'm saying? Because he know I'm right. He knows I'm right in what I'm saying.
My thing is though, right? Because Persona, all right, you're playing on you play on PlayStation, and you've experienced native PlayStation 5 games and free upgrades and stuff to games that you probably already have. You like Salty and Wooly and other few people on that podcast. You guys are like, I hate the word defending. You guys are backing this $10 charge or this upgrade charge, or like pretty much selling yourself that, oh, this is worth the cost for upgrade. So what do you say to the games that aren't charging you for any upgrades, like, at all? That's why I don't understand. It's like, so you kind of convinced yourself that this is worth the cost. You're convinced, and now you're selling that conviction on other people who disagree with that notion. I mean, I think honestly, I'm gonna boil it down to this, right? This is just a matter of just console bias, like, you know what I mean? That's all it is. It's not. It's like I've never seen nobody defend paying for like, oh, this is not bad. This is great. You should want to pay for this. Yeah, I'll take a frame bump over lip sync. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I will take frame rate bumps, a resolution bump over lip sync.
Yo.
Oh man. Bless Fred said fanboyism is a mental illness.
This is like
Addict, you know where the LTG thing is? Just hit the speaker button. He said he wanted
smooth, man. I wish you was in that Twitter Spaces though, because again, they told me I couldn't compare the two because it didn't have DualSense features. I swear to God, on my life, that's what they said. I promise to God, that's what they told me. They said I was being subjective because I'm leaving out the DualSense feature.
Wait. Isn't this coming out for the PS4 as well?
Yeah.
Now, what if you're on a PS4? Is there an upgrade to that cost of that, or do you just get the game since you already have it?
No, there is an upgrade. There is, I believe there's an upgrade fee. Now, Persona, you can correct me on that because I'm not.
Because the reason now, you know why I'm asking, right?
Just play the PS4 version?
No, because there's no DualSense support on the PS4. So what did they charge you for? What did they charge?
That's why I said I don't know about I don't know about the PS4 version. That's why I said I don't know. Persona will have to correct me on that. He keeps telling you to go to an article to tell you the same thing that we've been saying this whole time. You know,
hold on, go into Planet Xbox or something, and then I'll drag you in. What if he's Akil Lutz for $5? He said, what if you go to McDonald's and tell them they forgot to add bacon on your burger? They charge you to put the bacon on because they forgot.
Hey, that's a good point. You were supposed to put bacon was supposed to already come on that thing when I bought it. Oh boy, this is crazy, dog. That's I'm telling you. I promise you. I'm not telling a lie. And Persona and Optimus and my boy David Gaines, I promise you, I'm not telling a lie. That's what they told me. That is exactly what they told me.
Addict, you in?
Crazy. This is crazy.
You're on mute, so just we can't hear you. Let me update this capture right quick. Let me fix you, Dre. Addict, if you're talking, we cannot hear you.
Yeah, we definitely can't hear you.
Let me fix this. Oh man, I don't know, but
crazy, man. This is man. I mean, but like they were saying in the spaces, value. Everybody has a cost to value.
Yeah.
And and that's I'm not even going to shade them on that. That is what they say. Everything does have a cost of value. You don't got to pay for it. If you don't want to. There is the backwards compatible version that has the 60 frames and whatnot. They absolutely said that. So this is just not me trying to go at them like and not telling everything in its totality. So they absolutely said that. But again, they definitely came at me because of those DualSense features. Absolutely. I most ridiculous shit. To me, in my opinion, that's ridiculous. But to each his own.
Yeah. I don't know how anybody finds a way to damage control and defend it. It's not even the damage control, because people are going beyond damage controlling. It's the defense that like, yo, what you're getting is a good deal. What's a better deal than free? I don't know, but that's what they're trying to convince me, is that this is better than free. Like,
that's what I told you. People got too much pride, man. They got too much pride, and it's like they want to shame you because you want something free, right? Why aren't you paying this $10? You should be paying this $10. You dig? Like they want to shame you because you want it free. When we've been getting majority of these updates for free. Mm-hmm. It is what it is, though. It is what it is.
Addict, are you there? Like,
Nah, I can't. Yeah.
This dude
He probably will come. Yeah, he probably will come in. No, it looks good on my side. It looks. I'm looking at it right now. It looks cool. But no.
He left and it destroyed the. Now you're gonna have to come back. So I already pretty much changed the frame for you. So you just have to come back. You just can't say. But yeah, come in or Persona, somebody come in so we can hear your piece, and we will gradually, shut up if we're wrong.
Hold up, time out. So this Rollo guy said so. So can we all agree that we will start working for free? Not the point. I'm working right. Hold on. I got this cat. Mm-hmm. I'm working right. I get paid. I get a salary pay right. I do my normal job right. I do my normal job. Somebody on my team hands me something, not even mine, right? I do it. But it was theirs, right? It was theirs, but I do it. I'm not getting paid extra for doing their work. You dig what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So, nobody's working for free, but if somebody brings something to me that ain't mine, and this kind of doesn't flow, it doesn't flow into the gaming aspect that we're talking about, but you can kind of understand what I'm saying. Mm-hmm. If I'm doing extra work, it's for free. I'm not getting paid more. Now, overtime is different. Overtime is different. That's a totally different thing, right? But core hours, if I'm doing something extra, I don't get paid more because I'm doing something extra. You dig? So, I think that was a kind of a bad analogy right there on your part, Rilo God.
Blessed Red said, weren't people mad about Control Ultimate Edition? Where is that energy? Cause I'm not, like I said, I still to this day didn't buy Control. It was on sale on Xbox twice since they did that bullshit. And I still didn't buy it because I was like, there's no amount of, like, I'm sorry. I'm like, you put the original game in Game Pass. Like, no, there's no value. I already played the game, already beat the game, and I gave you guys extra money for the special edition when you guys launched the game. I deserve access to that next gen upgrade. So yeah, Battlefield 2042. Yo, Addict, you in here? Please. I mean, I can't hear you.
I can't hear him either.
But as far as Battlefield 2042, he said my settings like. All right, switch over into PX, Dre. I'm gonna bring you over into PX because he keeps saying.
Okay, PX Lite or PX
panel.
Podcast
panel. Hello.
Yo, can you hear me?
Yeah, but what's going on with my? All right. There we go. I still can't hear him.
I can't hear him. He's out now.
Yeah, there you go.
There you go.
All right, where's my camera at? There we go.
All right, you should be.
There you go. There you go.
I don't know what was going on, man. I think maybe because you kept dragging me into that, like maybe I don't have permission to go in there, so like
probably not.
It wouldn't let me talk.
All right, but Battlefield 2042. Like I said, I have no real intentions of buying Battlefield 2042. I will play the 10-hour access via EA Play, and then in April when it going to Game Pass, I'll play there.
What's the issue doing? Yeah, what's Battlefield doing? Are they doing the same thing?
I think the Battlefield. He's just bringing up Battlefield because it's $70 and it doesn't support like smart delivery. But there's no upgrade path at this point because it's not like an existing game that came out and now an upgrade is available for the game. You either buying the version you need because you either have an Xbox One or an Xbox Series or PS4 or PS5, or you're not. Like there's not really a real comparison. Ghost of Tsushima came out last year. How many copies that game sold? 10 million plus. People have the game, and you guys are making it. They are making a director's cut. And those PS4 owners upgraded to a PS5, and now to reap some few minor benefits on the next gen version or any version of the game, they want to charge you extra. I think it's kind of stupid.
Also, what I was Go ahead. My fault, Daddy. Go ahead.
I feel like I've always been the kind of person like I'm not going to tell people how to spend their money. If for instance, this whole thing with the Ghost of Tsushima DLC, if you want to go out, if that's a game that you really loved, spend that 30. I don't care. But at the same time, it's like we can still support the game and still call Sony and the publisher out for this bullshit. Like we can still do both. Like it's like because at the end of the day, these developers have inspired passion. Like, are we just not going to play games? So it's just like we can still say, "Yo, this is bullshit." I'm still copping, but it's still bullshit. Like,
Addict. That's what I said. I said my way of supporting Ghost of Tsushima was paying that $64.19. I got shit for it. That's what they told me. I got shit for it when I said I bought the game. They got on me for buying the game.
The crazy
exact number though,
64.19.
I think what makes it weird is just like how inconsistent Sony's being right now. Like it's like so Final Fantasy just came out. Sure, that's Square Enix, but you know that came out. That was a free upgrade. What else has been a free upgrade? Wasn't Spider-Man Miles? Wasn't that a free upgrade?
Miles Morales was a free upgrade.
Mm-hmm. So it's like, why is this one being charged? Like that's it just doesn't make sense. And you know, sure, he says go to an article, so maybe you want to go to the article, kid. Maybe there's more stuff in the article, but it's like if you're literally just offering me lip syncs, which that means they're fixing it because it was in the original game, and the fact that feedback, whatever that shit's called, it's like, first off, you literally said, yo, if you have a PS5, you have access to this shit. Now they're like, oh, you got the PS5? Okay, this $9.99, you can unlock the controls. Like that makes no sense. Like,
here's the thing though, and this is what I don't like, because he's saying go to this article, but he wasn't saying that when we was in Twitter Spaces, right? He wasn't saying go into this article. He was saying that I couldn't compare these games because of these DualSense features. You dig?
Which games?
Because the other games that got. Go ahead, Dre. You explain it.
Yeah.
About.
So I compared Jedi Fallen Order to Ghost of Tsushima. I was telling them that we got a free native upgrade for Jedi Fallen Order. They told me I was being subjective because Jedi Fallen Order didn't have haptic feedback,
okay,
adaptive triggers, and 3D audio.
Let me interrupt you real quick. All right, so that's the controller technology, right?
Right,
so
correct.
Sony is punishing you for owning a PS5.
Listen, man.
so they're giving you features, and then they're wanting more money to activate the features. Like, is that the way this is looking? Like, let's be real. Like.
Oh, again, yeah. So and then
that's just my point. It's like, look, like if you wanted $30 for the expansion, just fucking charge $30 for the expansion. Like, damn. Like,
I brought up Borderlands 3. It got haptic feedback, adaptive triggers, upgraded visuals, frame rate, all that. I'm being subjective again because it doesn't have 3D audio, so I couldn't compare that, right?
And that's a feature for the PlayStation 5, correct?
Well, that's a feature that's going into Ghost of Tsushima. Is the 3D audio, but
isn't that what that white headset does? Because I have the headset.
Right. So PS5 has a dedicated audio chip. I think it's called the Kraken, right? That does the 3D audio. So now, I hate myself, right? Because A Plague's Tale. I forgot all about A Plague's Tale, and I don't know why, because I'm getting that game. I love that game. Has 1-to-1 features, except for lip sync, which they might get me on that. You did.
Well, people were saying in another chat, because I was watching a podcast before I jumped back in your guys, is that correct me if I'm wrong. I don't know, because I love Ghost of Tsushima. I just don't know if I'm going to buy this expansion, because I'm like real iffy with DLCs. Like, if I go back into your game, it's usually for like a Bethesda game, like the Fallout New Vegas, Fallout 3. Like, it's usually those type of expansions. I might go back to this, but people were telling me the lip sync is in the $20 PS4 thing. Is that true? Is that not true? Like,
say it again.
That the lip syncing fixing is in the PS4 version too. Like,
from what I know, I don't think so. But again, I don't know about the PS4 version.
Well, I don't know either. That's why I was asking.
Is lip sync like limited by hardware? Like,
I don't know. I'm just telling you what I saw in the chat. I don't know if it's true. I don't know.
Because the thing is, don't you got to pay more for the? Don't the PS4 owners still got to pay for the upgrade too for their version?
Yes, they got to pay 20.
Because what changed? Because they don't get haptic feedback support.
And right, you know what the crazy part is about this whole thing? Like, they should be rewarding their day early adopters for the PS5, but it's like they're penalizing them. Oh, you still got that whack PS4 shit? Yeah, you good. Just pay the 20. You got the PS5? No, stop at the door. I need that extra $10 before you can come in the club. Like that's just bizarre to me. It's like these are your diehards. You're the people that are ride and die for you. Like, and you charge them an extra 10 for features that's in the PlayStation 5.
Yeah, man.
That's what they told
everybody,
me.
And from what I've heard between Persona people on Twitter, the podcast I watched yesterday, a lot of people are okay with it, and you should not be upset because it shouldn't be like we shouldn't be free. A lot of people are pretty much blaming the reaction to this, our reaction to paying for these upgrades to the Game Pass effect. They're saying
and I have no clue. I have no clue how that is even remotely the same.
We're conditioned to getting things for free that we're not willing to.
You know what's crazy? If they want to blame something, blame Smart Delivery, not Game Pass. What the that makes no sense. Smart Delivery is the feature that is doing this on the Xbox. It's not Game Pass.
I was told.
They saying we get such a crazy value? We just expecting shit for free. Kitsuma, did you buy Ratchet and Clank?
I bought Ratchet and Clank.
Drake, did you buy Ratchet and Clank?
I 84 was that 84.19?
I bought it too. So that completely defeats the purpose. Like, look, I don't mind they charging for content. It's okay. I don't mind that at all. They made that content that is, but the fact that they're trying to charge you to use features on your PS5 is mind blowing to me.
I was told on Twitter, not by the folk in Twitter Spaces. I was told on Twitter it's because PlayStation puts out quality. That's why you should pay for the upgrade. That's what I was told.
So they make good games, so it's okay to charge more. So you know what's crazy? Like that, this is such a weird space where it's like any cross game you buy on PlayStation. It's like like God of War. Okay, God of War is it's going to be normal price on PlayStation 4, and on PS5 you want the haptic trigger and shit. Yeah, $10 more. It's just crazy. That's the biggest thing I just don't understand is why you would put features that's in your PlayStation 5 that you sold the PlayStation 5 with. You're hiding that behind a paywall.
Yo.
There we go. Now.
Yo, what up?
What's up? What's up?
Yo, what up?
So like I was saying, Smooth, I said go to the article and read through the article so you can get an idea of everything that comes with it. That's what I was trying to tell you. The PlayStation blog article. And Dre, I did when we were in the Twitter Spaces earlier, I did say, yo, you got your information wrong. Go check your information. I did say that to you.
Oh, what information? You sound sleepy, man.
Nah, I'm playing a game. I'm talking about in terms of what comes with the PlayStation 5 upgrades.
But what was I wrong about?
There's two. No, it's not about any. No, I'm talking about what you were saying in terms of what you were saying just in terms of how it's not worth it or all this other stuff. That's your opinion, whatever. Like I ain't gonna, that's how you feel. But what I'm saying is looking at, people are comparing other games to this and saying, oh well, you're getting resolution bumps and all this for free and all this, and I'm like, it's not just a resolution bump. It's more than that, and I keep trying to explain that. I kept trying to explain in the chat is that it's more than just a resolution and frame rate bump. And I'm trying to go ahead.
What did y'all tell me though? Because when I brought up Jedi Fallen Order, y'all said I was being subjective because it didn't have said features. Right. So what did y'all tell me that? Why
I forgot. You're gonna have to refresh my memory. I'm keeping it a stock, bro. I was on Twitter Spaces. I was on Barry's show after.
Y'all told me because Jedi Fallen Order doesn't have these DualSense features that I couldn't compare them because I was being subjective and I was trying to prove my point while being subjective and not including the DualSense features on why with Ghost of Tsushima, but that's not with Jedi Fallen Order.
All right, so let's nip this. So on the blog it says the PlayStation 5 exclusive features, while Director's Cut players both PS4 and PS5 will be able to experience the Iki Island content, PS5 players will have access to a few additional features. We've heard your feedback about the lack of Japanese lip sync in the original version of the game, and it's something we've worked hard to address in this new release. Thanks to the PS5's ability to render cinematics in real time, cutscenes in Ghost of Tsushima and on Iki Island on PS5 will now offer lip sync for Japanese voices. We're also happy to confirm that Ghost of Tsushima Legends and the new Iki Island expansions will take advantage of haptic feedback and adaptive triggers. There will also be enhancements to 3D audio on the PS5, as well as drastically improved load times, 4K resolution, and 60 frames per second. So that is essentially what that is. But
a Plague's Tale is doing all that except for lip sync for free.
Okay, but I mean, listen. Don't buy it. It's that simple. Don't buy it. It's that simple, man. Like,
I'm not. I already told you. I'm not. Don't
buy it. I mean, the expansion available on PS4 and PS5. Is that simple? Like, the work that they're doing. Some devs want to get compensated. Some devs don't.
Hold on, man. Why didn't you say this into the spaces?
Let me see this Plague Tale shit because I don't know what Plague Tale is.
Person, let me call.
Let me see what Plague Tale.
You said some devs want to be compensated. Some devs don't, but it's not about their salary, bro. They get paid by Sony.
Hold up. I'm about to see Plague.
Go ahead, read it and weep.
I mean, you could do Doom Eternal. Isn't Doom Eternal giving you all the works?
120. Ray tracing 60 for 1800p ray tracing 60. Balance mode, which is 1584p on PS5.
All right. All right, so I'm gonna come on. Let's see what's here. Try to read off these PS.
I don't know, man. Like it just seems like
on Plague's Tale, I just see 4K 60 and taking advantage of the DualSense controller. Like I said, it's the whatever work they're putting into fixing the lip sync or whatever. I think that's a big part of what the price is, because again, with the lip sync, it's taking advantage of the PS5 power to be done in real time. So whatever developmental techniques they did on the back end, I guess they feel that's something that deserves a compensation. So I'm like, hey, it is what it is for me. Like, Ghost of Tsushima, especially when you look at all the content that they put out for free, an entire online mode and the raid and all that stuff. Me personally, I don't see an issue with compensating that with them with what they're asking for here. The $20 is for the expansion of the Iki Island, and then the $10 for the PS5 upgrade. All right, cool. When you look at what you've gotten, for me personally, I'm like, all right, cool. You can get that. But that's me personally. And, some people may hear that and say, no, Persona, that's not right. That's not fair. All right. That's cool. But if people don't want to buy it because they feel that that's not right,
yeah,
that's your prerogative. I ain't going to say, oh, you have to buy this or else you're not a real gamer. Nah. You ain't got to buy a damn thing.
it just seems like whenever somebody tries to come at PlayStation, it's like the full defense first just comes out, right? And they come out in droves, right? And like your mindset has to be on their mindset or you're wrong, right? Even though everything's opinionated, you're wrong if your mindset isn't with the PlayStation mindset. You dig? And I don't like that, man. No doubt. Mm-hmm.
It depends. Like I'm not going to say that. I'm not going to say that everybody needs to think think PlayStation is the greatest or be on board with everything PlayStation does. But when you look at some of the criticisms that some people give towards PlayStation, when you do look at the other side, you kind of like, well, where's the same energy for this? You get what I'm saying? And I'm not just speaking with this Ghost of Tsushima show. I'm just speaking in a broader sense. It's like, all right, this is a problem here. Fine, I get it. But then when we look over here, you're not keeping that same energy.
Yeah,
Why
what's
is
What's
that?
that? What's an example, Persona?
Put me on the spot, man. At 10 o'clock at night. Okay. So perfect example is PlayStation releasing games,
I'll be right
next
back.
gen games, period, and Xbox not. When you look at the Xbox, and Smooth, you've done this a number of times where it's like, Xbox doesn't need to. We just had this conversation like 2 days ago on Bari's show, where he was like, PlayStation, Xbox doesn't need to release next gen games or whatever. I'm fine with them releasing cross gen games for as long as they want and all this bullshit. And I'm like, huh? You know what I'm saying? Like, there's certain things that people say and do, and I'm just like,
well, how's that? All right, all right? So what you're saying is you're comparing. You say we should keep that same energy of PlayStation charging for upgrades on their first party games versus Xbox releasing native next gen games.
It's not every game. It's not every
It's
game.
not every
and
game.
like
It's
I
just
said,
weird that they
when we
are
look
doing
at when
it
we
for
look
a
at
first
when
party
we look
game.
at this with when we look at this with Ghost of Tsushima, like I said, whatever techniques, whatever developmental techniques they're doing with the lip sync and the stuff like that, I guess they feel it warrants compensation. Like I said, when you look at what they've given for free, what they're asking for me personally, again, this is only my opinion. No one else has to have the same opinion. But when I'm looking at what they've done for free, I don't mind. It really isn't that big a deal to me, honestly.
I overall it's not that big of a deal, but I think more so it's a principality. It's principle. There's too many examples on that platform that's giving you free upgrades, and I just think it's odd. I'm not surprised that somebody's charging for a next gen upgrade. I'm surprised that a first party game on the PlayStation platform is charging. I thought if anybody's going to give it to free, it's going to be PlayStation.
Why would you assume that and not assume that for a third party game as well?
Because all right, so I hold Xbox as a platform holder to a certain standard, and PlayStation is a platform holder for their platform. If you're giving me an enhancement to your platform, I'm to the point. I'm just expecting it to be free. You guys got Last of Us upgrades for free.
Why don't you? Well, there was no The Last of Us didn't get an upgrade, a PS5 upgrade. What it got was an update to the PS4 version of the game,
so the PS5 can
the performance mode. No, there is no PS5 version of Last of Us.
I know it's not a PS5. I know it's not a PS5 version, but to me, it's. I would call 60 frames an upgrade.
No. It's not. No. Hold on. No. That it's not a 60 frames per second update to a PS4 game. Is not at the same level of what Ghost of Tsushima is doing.
Oh, okay.
So when it comes to something like that, no. But my question to you, Smooth, is when it comes to Battlefield 2042, do you have the same energy?
Yeah, I'm not buying Battlefield 2042. But the energy
that is
about
also
Battlefield.
wrong.
But here's a problem.
That's a cross-gen game.
Yeah, but it doesn't make any sense. So Ghost of Tsushima is a cost to upgrade for people that are already buying the game. Battlefield comes out for Xbox One and Xbox Series on the same date. Two different. If you have an Xbox One, buy the Xbox One version.
But that's the same thing with Ghost of Tsushima. If you got a PS5 version, wait till the 20th and just spend the 30 and buy it all at once. If you don't have the game at all, if you're new to PlayStation, then you would be spending 70 and get everything off rip regardless. But the same thing with Battlefield 2042. If you bought just the PS4 version of the game, you still have to spend $20 to get the PS5 or Xbox Series X update. Next gen updates.
Can I say something real quick?
Yeah, sure.
Can I say something? So you just said the Last of Us 2 update is not a PS5 version. We had this same conversation about the Ghost of Tsushima free update of the PS4 version, and y'all called that a PS5 version.
Nah, I never said that. What we got with Ghost of Tsushima.
Optimus Code definitely called that a PS5 version.
Yeah, but that's not me. Whatever Optimus Code said, I can't speak for what the man is saying. Yeah, that's not me.
Okay, all right, cool.
Yeah, no, that's if he said that, then you got to take that up with him. But I've never said that. The things that we've gotten with both PS4 versions of Ghost of Tsushima and Last of Us Part 2 are both updates to the PS4 version of the game to make it to where it's able to just utilize the power of the console a little bit more so that you can get a more steady frame rate when you're in performance mode.
Thank you.
Both games had performance modes prior to the update and was utilizing whatever power it can to get to the highest frame rate possible. It's the same thing with God of War. God of War doesn't have a PlayStation 5 version, but the update that went to God of War is just an update to be able to utilize, to tell the game that you're on a system that now has more power. So when you're in performance mode, now you get a more steady frame rate. It's just an update of the PS4 game. There is no PS5 versions for none of these games.
We need to bring Optimus Code up in here because he got a lot of explaining to do.
Addict,
Question.
go ahead.
Question: What, just to you, Persona, like, what do you consider the highlights that's made this a PS5 version? Is it the lip syncing? Like, I'm just confused on if that wasn't it, then what would be even necessary to do this? If it's not the lip syncing, like, what's defining the older one from a PS4 game to this as a PS5 game? That's the question that I have.
It's the resolution. It's the higher resolution. It's at a higher frame. It's the techniques being used with the cutscenes to render things in real time. Excuse me, so that the Japanese voices sync up properly. The haptic feedback, the adaptive triggers, and if you look at the trailers, the draw distance and just everything in the game, it looks to pop a lot more to me from what I'm seeing. So I mean, it looked good to me.
I mean, because to me, when I'm seeing, these features and stuff added, it just feels like they're fixing stuff that they couldn't fix on the PS4, and they're charging you for features that you can use on the PS5. That's what it looks like to me.
Okay, so don't buy it.
I mean, gee, I'm just saying, calm down.
No, I am calm. What are you talking about? Like, what I'm saying is, okay, I hear you. Don't buy it. Like, it's that simple. Don't buy it. It's one of those things where you have to.
Shout out to Akil Lutz. He says PS5 features aren't included with the games now. I get what he's saying there. All right. That's
what it looks like. Like, I'm gonna be real. Like,
I mean,
it just, to me, it feels like they're charging you to activate PS5 features. That's what it feels like to me.
Jason Elliott says, I got $500 on the next Xbox exclusive. Anyone will watch Smooth play.
I don't even know what that is, Jason. So
he says the next exclusive that just for me to play an Xbox exclusive, but I have no problem playing Xbox exclusives. But
500, I'll take that.
But yeah, man, it's getting kind of late. I mean, we're beyond like Dre time. It's like,
oh yeah.
But nah, man, I don't know.
Good
man.
Conversation, though.
Yeah. I mean,
absolutely.
And I'm sure this is not going to be the first time, the last time this conversation, takes place, because I'm pretty sure there's going to be more. Is a Death Stranding director's cut free?
I don't know.
Okay.
I don't think they've came out openly with the information about it.
I doubt it. Seriously, I doubt it. Like from here on out.
I mean, Persona's right. We haven't seen like an official upgrade from a PS4 to PS5. People just assume that's like, they all since they really did is they unlocked the frame rate and locked it at 60 or whatever it was above that. If some games go to 120, so we haven't seen an official PS4 to PS5 upgrade from PlayStation. And from Ghost of Tsushima, it does look like they're going to start charging for them. So.
And every game that we've seen that has released simultaneously on cross-gen, you've had to pay for. You have to pay for the upgrades. NBA, Battlefield, Call of Duty, Madden, all those games you need to pay for the upgrade of a cross-gen game.
I mean, not everyone's doing it, but I get what you're saying. So
the ones that make money are doing it. So I mean,
yeah, Sony, EA, 2K, Activision. Yeah.
The greedy bastards.
Ubisoft hasn't charged me anything for a next-gen version of any of their games.
Is Capcom?
Capcom, nope. Xbox, nope. Like, just
Square Enix. No, Final Fantasy VII. They gave you the upgrade for free. So. Yeah. But generally,
what about the Avengers upgrade? They give you that one for free.
That was free.
Look, at the end of the day, I get where Persona's coming from. If you buy a next gen game, but to me, if you buy the previous one, like I really feel like you should be grandfathered into the next gen version. But that's just me.
Yeah,
So,
that's
and clearly some of these publishers agree because some of them are doing that.
Yeah.
So
that's why.
So
That's
the
why I still
content,
haven't bought.
that comes with it should be free too.
They don't got. I don't need the content. I just need. That's why I haven't bought Control.
no one's
Ultimate
talking
Edition
about
yet.
the content.
I'm asking because you're saying someone has to be grandfathered in when someone says that.
When you own the game.
No one brought up the content. We're bringing up the versions.
I feel like if there's going to be a next gen version to an existing game that I own, I should have access to that next gen version if I have the proper console to it. I'm sorry. That's just, it is what it is. It's just by default. You do that shit for fuck. See, like, what the fuck? If you imagine on PC, if I buy a 3080 freaking Ti, if they're going to charge me for me to get ray tracing support on these games now?
Let's hope we don't.
I swear to God, I said that. I swear to God, I said that. Let's hope
we don't open up that can of worms. That'd be a crazy ass scenario that would go on. And you know what's crazy? PC people would never allow that to happen ever.
In the Twitter Spaces, I said, would PC players be okay if they charge you $10 to upgrade to a higher setting?
Dude, PC players will avoid. They will still. And they will pirate for the littlest shit. You think they ever gonna let that happen? No, they're never gonna let that happen.
Yeah, I'm sorry, but like I said, I'm pretty sure more is gonna happen, and some people are gonna be agree to it. Like I said, it's messy. All these things are messy because there are alternative options. $70 games are messy because there's a ton of $60 games that exist, and there hasn't been anything that says this game. Why is this game $70 versus this game being $60? Free upgrades, paid upgrades. It's messy because just for as many people, for the parties that are charging for upgrades, there's like double the amount of party of games that aren't charging for upgrades. I mean, and it'd be different if this was an industry thing where everybody was either everybody's charging or everybody is not. Everybody's gonna charge $70 or everybody's not, and that's why it's messy because there isn't at this point, it's creating some sort of value thing. It's like, all right, you got to do something to make this upgrade worth more than a free upgrade. You got to do something to your game to make this game worth $70 versus that $60 game. And it's not happening. Shout out to Jack Move Johnny. He says, there is no base Ghost of Tsushima on PS5. That's the issue. Okay.
I don't like that.
Oh yeah, all right. I
don't like that. I don't like that.
I get now. I kind of get. I understand where this comes from. So this is. Let's just throw everything out of the way. This is the first official SKU PS5 version of the game coming to retail. It has to sell for something. There has to be a price on this game because this is. Forget the PS4 version. This is the official PS5 version of the game. That's it. Forget the game you own. It's a different SKU.
I don't like that. Because I don't like that because there are plenty of games that don't have a PS5 native version, but they're getting an upgrade to a native version for free. So I don't like that. I don't like that. Case in point, A Plague's Tale. I'm gonna keep bringing that up. A Plague's Tale doesn't have a native PS5 version yet. It will in a couple of days. But as of right now, it doesn't. And so when that native version comes out, we will be able to upgrade for free. So I don't get that.
Yep. But yeah, man, I think that is the show. I know somebody asked us in the super chat to comment on the verses that happened with Bow Wow and Soulja Boy.
Hold on. Yo. I remember seeing a lot of people saying that Bow Wow was going to get washed, man.
I was one of them.
First of all,
Bow Wow got hits, man.
Bow Wow, and that's the thing, Persona. Bow Wow got hits from when he was a child. Like there was no way Soulja Boy was.
I fuck with Soulja though. I fuck with Big Draco, man. Big Draco had a good energy, and he had some. Big Draco had hits.
I was prisoner of the moment because when they first announced, I was like, "Oh yeah, Soulja Boy gonna wash him," but then I never thought. And as the battle went on, and I realized I was like, as the battle went on, I was like, "Hold on, I was like, there's a subset of songs Bow Wow hasn't performed yet, and I forgot. And then he was putting the songs he was pulling out. I'm thinking about Bow Wow just before he went to 106 in Park, right? So I forget about freaking little bounce with me, Bow Wow. I'm like, what the fuck? I'm like, yeah. I was like, nah. So I was like, Bow Wow. So Bow Wow's not gonna be because he got better hits. Soulja Boy is just gonna run out of songs.
Yeah,
that's what hit me. I was like,
nah. Soulja Boy got a lot of mixtapes.
Yeah, but
he got songs. He got songs. He got a
but
lot.
the thing is, but he all right. So Soulja Boy's run, and I fucks with Soulja Boy too. His run, like, you know, from 2008 to 2010, where he kind of really had, like, you know, Crank That, Kiss Me Through the Phone, Turn My Swag On, all that other shit. Like, I was like, all right, he's going to have some contending hits, but he doesn't have enough to match Bow Wow's entire catalog. And that's where it becomes a problem.
That's right.
That's where the problem became.
Soulja is a pioneer, man. He came out, like, I think 2006, 2007, because I remember I was in school and
he was out before
out here in New York,
and whatnot, and I know he was
like even out here in New York,
yeah.
man. Like everybody was hitting at you and all that. Yo, he was hot. He was hot, and
Bow Wow didn't even play all of his hits though.
Yeah.
That's the thing. Like,
yeah, he had a couple more.
He didn't play that Jagged Edge joint. He didn't play that, man. It was a lot of stuff he didn't play, man. There was no way. I knew Bow Wow was going. I wouldn't say wash him, but I knew he was taking it though.
Yeah.
Too many hits.
Yeah.
Yo, fellas, man. Thank you for having me. I'm gonna hop off.
Oh, no doubt.
Man, appreciate it, man. I'm about to hop off myself. I gotta. It's late. This is probably, I think, one of our longest podcasts that we've done. But we
definitely appreciate y'all for staying, for sticking around too.
Yeah, appreciate it. Yeah, definitely. Jason Elliott, he said smooth up for Demon Souls. I'm not playing Demon Souls, bro. But but shout out to Jason Elliott. You know, you kept the chat lit and everybody who joined in on this discussion. So Dre, as always, man, congrats on the channel for sure.
Thank you, big dog.
Good job on the 2 videos you got there. Can't wait for your next drop. I already got you on the notifications, so when you do drop, I'm gonna get notified on there. So but you know, everybody subscribe to Dre's channel. It's the first thing you see in the description. The channel's what a week old.
Yeah, about almost a week ago. And the good thing about it is, so like when I type in my name on YouTube, man, it comes up. Like that was a dope ass moment for me. Like, because in the beginning my name wasn't coming up. So like when I type in my name, right, everything was just Notorious B.I.G., right? So I'm like, fuck, I'm gonna have to change my name. I changed my name. So I didn't change my name, but I just put the words together. So now if you just type in Notorious DRE as one word, even without the periods, my channel comes up, man. That was just a cool feeling, man. That was a little cool moment right there.
Yeah, shouts out to you though. Good job with that. And
appreciate it.
I'm sure we're gonna get, like, you know, I hope you enjoy your 4th of July weekend.
Definitely.
You know, have a safe,
same to you,
blessed weekend. You know, God bless. And I'll be like, when you get on Xbox, hit me up because we want to run you through some NBA Live Street and some street running and whatnot.
I'll try my best.
It's been a pleasure, but I'm gonna let you get to bed though. All right.
All right, man. Have a blessed one.
You too. Peace.